Hi guys, welcome back to another Ghost Reacts, and today we are doing a reaction to top 5 hidden secrets at Walt Disney World. The person who does all these type of videos that I watch too is called TPM Vids. I've subscribed to him. Everything he does is to do with the Disney parks, anything like Florida parks, anything over there. I believe he works at Disney. That's why he's not allowed to show his identity yet. So without further ado, I'm just going to get straight into it today with the top 5 hidden secrets at Walt Disney World.
Walt Disney World is filled with so many secrets that bring the Disney magic right to life. Today we'll explore everything from Disney's corporate synergy to sharing some behind-the-scenes magic of how to spot those secret tunnels beneath you at Magic Kingdom. There's some hidden references to now-defunct Disney rides and the return of a lost special effect that hadn't been seen in 25 years. So sit back and get ready to explore the stories of 5 random Walt Disney World secrets.
Let's get straight into it.
Number 5. Have you ever looked into the aquarium in the Seas with Nemo and Friends and noticed these windows above a concrete tunnel? You might think, what are they for? Well, this tunnel is actually the EAC scene on the Nemo ride. Obviously, with the nature of the scene, it's pitch black and filled with projections, but at one point, you could see out of these windows. They're actually a little leftover remnant from when the Seas with Nemo and Friends was the Living Seas.
Ooh.
The pavilion opened in 1986, and in order to make it to Seabase Alpha, which was the main part of the pavilion, you needed to take the hydrolators down to the ocean floor.
Ladies and gentlemen,
ooh, that's a piece of like Disney history right there.
Now these were stationary, but with a moving wall and some vibrations on the ground. It was a 30-second ride that simulated you traveling deep into the ocean.
Wow.
I mean, who wouldn't want to ride an ocean elevator? Then once you completed your descent, you boarded the sea cabs and were given a relaxing tour of the aquarium. The ride was only about 2.5 minutes compared to the roughly 5-minute ride on Nemo and Friends. About 280 feet of new track was installed for the additional dark ride scenes, which took over the space occupied by the hydrolators. Are nutty.
They're
on
so
the sea
good.
Cabs, the ride pretty much started where the Bruce scene is today. As you can see, the entire ride path was completely lined with glass to view all the marine life in the tank. It looks so pretty, and this also included the windows above the ride path. These are the same ones that are covered today. It's wild knowing that beyond the full walls of this crush scene, there's just this sitting behind it. Now the pavilion didn't become the Seas with Nemo and Friends until 2007, but the last time the sea cabs operated was in 2001, 4 years before they closed the pavilion for the transformation. See, the Living Seas lost its sponsor in 1998, and from then on, the pavilion slowly fell into despair.
Ooh.
I guess it was too costly to keep the sea cabs operating, so the last time anyone got this view was in October of 2001. On the ride today, we only see out of the last set of windows in the curved section for the Big Blue World scene. Now, when I first saw the animated fish swimming in the aquarium, I remember being really impressed. It's really cool, but have you ever been curious as to how this effect is achieved?
Yeah.
Well, it's a lot more simple than you think, and it's actually just the Pepper's Ghost effect. So above your clammobile, there's a screen on an angle that plays the video sequence of the Nemo characters on a black background. These then reflect onto the aquarium glass, giving us animated fish in the real aquarium tank. In this breakdown footage from a viewer named Kelly B, you get a better idea of the setup. There really isn't much to it, but it's a Disney illusion at its finest. And speaking of illusions, I really do wish Disney would have found a way to keep the hydrolators. It was such a clever way to transport you into the ocean. Today, Disney uses the ride's queue to take you into the ocean. You may have not even realized, but you start off at the beach, then slowly make your way under the pier and into the ocean to explore the Big Blue World. I gotta say though, this is probably one of the most underrated queues at Walt Disney World. What do you think?
Like, 'cause I haven't been on this one. It wasn't like that big when I was there.
An updated version of Fantasmic made its debut at Disney's Hollywood Studios in November of 2022. The most substantial change to the show was the removal of the Pocahontas scene, which is now replaced by a brand new hero segment. It features Pocahontas, Aladdin, Mulan, Elsa, and Moana. Well, did you know that the Moana sequence actually uses an abandoned effect from the original 1998
like, they're
version
alright
of
to look
Fantasmic?
at, but
yeah,
quite boring.
So Moana starts off standing in the water,
if you're a kid, you would love
as
it.
Moana would do.
Because as a kid, you don't know how they're doing
aerial
it.
picture from BioReconstruct on Twitter,
but because I know how they're doing it, it sort of takes the magic away.
Well, this platform has been part of the stage since the show opened in 1998, but it never made it into the show. It was supposed to be used by Mickey Mouse during the scene where he defeats Maleficent. Originally, the script called for Mickey to walk on water, demonstrating the power of his dream. As he made his way further along the water, more and more fountains would spray, allowing him to defeat Maleficent, making this iconic scene just that much more epic. If you ever get your hands on a CD copy from MGM Studios' version of Fantasmic, tracks 16 and 34 are called Mickey Walks on Water / Evil Destroy.
Funny thing is, I had this when I was younger. Because, what's it? I don't know how old this type thing is, but we had all the Disney stuff, like CDs, things like that, when we were younger. Man, so many memories.
The effect was all planned out, and I would even go as far to say that they rehearsed the show with the walk on water scene. So what happened? Well, there are two stories as to why it was cut. One was that the effect just wasn't working properly. Seeing as how Moana walks with no issues,
they have a lot of issues
with
that.
That's really the problem.
The way they
with a
work
character
their
like
stuff.
Mickey Mouse, though, I'd say performer safety could have definitely been an issue given the impaired visibility through the costume. Another tale is that when CEO Michael Eisner watched the preview, he thought audiences might associate the walking on water with religious themes. Because of all this, the effect was abandoned before the show opened on October 15th, 1998.
Because of Christ walking on water.
The platform just sat unused in the water for 25 years. I love that Imagineers brought this lost effect back to life. And I couldn't think of a better Disney character than Moana to do it. Number 3.
Number 3, here we go.
If you're a big Disney fan, by this point, it's probably no secret to you that Magic Kingdom has an underground tunnel system. Because of Florida's high water table, the Utilidor system was built on the ground level,
and the
park was built up over top of it. So most of what you walk on is the second floor. All the dirt excavated for the Seven Seas Lagoon was used to build up the park by about 14 feet. As you approach the front gate from either the ferry or monorail, there's a gradual incline that takes you up these 14 feet. If you aren't paying attention, you'll never really realize it's happening. Now, how many of you have walked through the park and gone on all the rides thinking you were always on the second floor because of these tunnels?
There's no way. It's impossible.
Well, the Utilidors only cover about 9 out of the 110 acres that make up Magic Kingdom. Now, what you probably haven't realized is that there are many instances in the park where you gradually walk up and over one of the tunnels, or walk back down to the actual ground level.
Ooh.
Let's take this walkway between the Cheshire Cafe and the Mad Tea Party. It's a pretty steep incline or decline depending on the direction you're traveling. As you walk over this elevation change, you're actually going over this Utilidor tunnel. See, most of Fantasyland actually sits higher than the rest of the park, so it's technically the 3rd floor. The height of the castle stage is pretty much the elevation of Fantasyland. This is also why there's a gradual incline as you walk from the Haunted Mansion to the Tangled restrooms in Fantasyland. Here in this construction photo, you can see the Utilidor entrance while Fantasyland is being built on top of it. And to the right of the Utilidor entrance is the show building for It's a Small World. This is actually built on ground level. That's why you need to walk down all...
I tell you what, it is amazing at how much they can hide from the public eye from in the grounds itself. Because not many people would notice that there's multiple levels to Disney. No, if you were just a regular customer, you wouldn't know. It's mental. What else could they, like, can you imagine if they're hiding this type of stuff? What else could they hide at a place like this, at this size? That's where all conspiracy theories come from and all that.
all these ramps to get to the loading area of the ride. So It's a Small World is one of the rides where you're on the same level as the Utilidors. Pirates of the Caribbean is another one, and that's why at the end of the ride, you need to go up that moving walkway. You're traveling from ground level to the main park area on the second floor. One of the more obvious examples of an elevation change outdoors is right here at the courtyard of the Jungle Cruise. There's quite a steep decline to get down to the attraction's entrance.
Yeah, but that's because it's on the water level.
The Jungle Cruise is built on the first floor of the Magic Kingdom. The same thing goes when you walk down these steps under the Frontierland station to the outdoor queue of what will eventually become Tiana's Bayou Adventure. This is the true ground level of the Magic Kingdom. The Rivers of America? Well, that's also on ground level since that leads into the man-made Seven Seas Lagoon. So next time you're at Magic Kingdom, pay attention to all these elevation changes. It'll really make you appreciate all the planning and engineering that went into the design of the park. Number 2. Sunset Boulevard at Disney's Hollywood Studios transports you back into the 1930s. It's the golden age of Hollywood.
Yeah,
and on top of the Art
this
Deco
set.
buildings, you can find a variety of era-appropriate
I've walked through here.
billboards.
It's so nice.
Well, there are 3 billboards here that are actually advertisements for Disney's current corporate sponsors. They're just cleverly disguised as typical pieces of Disney theming.
So cute.
The first billboard is for Coca-Cola.
Could you just like take you going back through time?
Since 1981, Coca-Cola has had an exclusive partnership with Disney and has been the official soda of the Disney theme parks. You can find Coke advertisements all across the 4 Walt Disney World theme parks. And a lot of the times, they're all thematically appropriate as well.
I would have taken Pepsi instead of Coke.
Then there's this nifty Chevrolet billboard next to Coca-Cola. Chevrolet, which is a GM company, has sponsored Test Track since 2012. And today, Chevrolet is the official vehicle of the Walt Disney World Resort. Anytime you see a car at Walt Disney World, whether it be a motorcade or one of the minivans, they're all Chevrolet vehicles. Then finally, across the street, there's a billboard for Cuties brand mandarins. In 2018, Cuties became the official citrus fruit of Walt Disney World and Disneyland. And they're often offered as sides for kids' meals.
I didn't know that.
Now, there are 2 other billboards to keep an eye out for. The first one can be found beside Legends of Hollywood, and it's advertising for the Hollywood Tower Hotel, the city's newest landmark, which obviously went up before the hotel became abandoned. I just love the style of this art. Then across the street, there's a billboard for Paradise Pier. If you're familiar with Disney California Adventure, you'll recognize this as Paradise Pier before it became Pixar Pier.
I'd love to go there. I've never been to that one.
Went up in 2017. Paradise Pier was
so
still
nice.
at Disney
So it's got
California
like a retro
Adventure.
version.
Although today it is a land of the past, it now helps set the time period of Sunset Boulevard here at Hollywood Studios. Number 1.
Here we go.
I don't know about you, but I love a good ride on the People
Number
Mover.
1 secret
It's just
on here.
so relaxing taking in the sights and sounds of Tomorrowland. With so many rides and attractions coming and going over the years, the People Mover has seen many updates to the narration, with the most recent change happening in July of 2022.
Yeah, they had,
Disney redid the entire script for the narration, as well as many safety announcements.
I'm Monarch 5, your guide aboard this highway in the sky.
Well, did you know that on the People Mover, you can hear a few tributes to now-defunct Tomorrowland attractions?
Oh.
Yeah, so at the beginning of the ride, you'll hear,
"For your safety, if you have wings, jetpacks, or gravity polarizers, please do not take flight while on board."
when she says "if you have wings," that's a little nod to the attraction If You Had Wings, which opened in 1972. It was where Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger spin is today.
Oh, okay.
Then, just
I've been on
as
that.
you
That's
exit
cool.
Space Mountain, you'll hear,
Thank you, Mr. Morrow. Mr. Tom Morrow, please contact Mr. Johnson at the control tower to confirm your flight to the moon.
Now, you might think Tom Morrow is just a play on words of tomorrow.
No.
But it's also a reference to the now-defunct attraction Flight to the Moon, which opened in 1971. It was where Stitch's Great Escape used to be. In the attraction's pre-show, there was an animatronic character named Mr.
Yeah, they reused a lot of the animatronics from that ride to make Stitch's ride. I've been on the Stitch ride as well. That's it's sick. It's a dark ride. But yeah, it's, I was gonna say earlier, like all the stuff that's on the people rider, because it was closed when I went. because it's always had technical issues. The people, I can't remember what it's called. People Mover, I think it's called, something like that. It's always had technical issues. It's only recently now been like properly like fixed. I hope there's not any more like problems when we go back, because it's one of the little chill back rides where you could just like sit down, chillax, have a look over the area, get some pictures in. It's one of them types of things. So yeah, I hope that's there when we go back, if we go back. I want to go back so bad.
Tom Morrow, and he was a director of operations at Mission Control. Well, in 1975, the attraction was renamed Mission to Mars, and it was slightly rethemed. They still kept the Mr. Morrow animatronic, but he became Mr. Johnson. Mission to Mars ended up closing in 1993, and this soundbite has been included in the narration in some part since 1994. Then at the end of your ride, you'll hear,
"Thanks for riding with us. It's been a pleasure to have you aboard." And even though we're concluding,
see what I mean with the lookout? If they moved the camera this way, it'd be such a better view.
To go out and explore tomorrow, today.
Well, him saying now is the time, now is the best time, that's a tribute to a line of a song that used to be in Carousel of Progress. See, when the attraction opened at Magic Kingdom in 1975, There's a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow was nowhere to be heard. General Electric, the attraction sponsor at the time, asked the Sherman Brothers to write a new song. It ended up being called The Best Time of Your Life. It went a little something like this.
Now is the time, now is the best time, be it the time of joy or strife.
That's a good reference.
Now is the time implied
they love
that
referencing all their rides together.
General Electric appliances
of the ones that
now
they've replaced.
And not tomorrow. Disney changed the song back to There's a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow in 1994. I do gotta say
those were the top 5 hidden secrets in Disney World. Put down in the comments what your favourite secret was. I don't really have. I think it's the Nemo one. That's the one that got me interested, because I didn't realise how old the actual ride was. Like all of the mechanics in it, because they reuse a lot of mechanics in all of the rides they replace. Unless there's new technology involved. But yeah, please let me know what secret you preferred. If you like this content, please smash the like button down below. TPM Vid, go subscribe to him as well. If you're not a subscriber over here, go subscribe over here, as well as hitting the notification bell to be notified when I'm uploading a video such as these. And I should be recording another Last of Us video soon. And until I see you in my next video, goodbye for now. Goodbye.